What's up, everybody? Um, I'm just gonna get straight into this video. So this is the time about how I dodged the school police K-9 search drug thing. Anyway, so get ready for school, or I wake up, get ready for school. Just go take a shower. Have my vape and think about the day that I'm about to have. I usually dreaded my first block, not because I hated it or that I it was just boring. So it wasn't hard because I did nothing in that class. It was a probably home ec, and I did nothing in that class, and you may be like, home ec, how in the world do you fail that? And yes, I did fail it. And the reason why I did fail it is because I did nothing in that class because my principal told me that it was basically a filler class. Like, she didn't say it, but that was what she was meaning. That was basically a filler class. But anyway, so wake up, get ready, all that. I'm on the way to school, and I look in my lunchbox and I'm like, "Ooh, sandwich. Yay, for the millionth time." See, this is what I like about not being in school anymore, is that I can make what I want. I literally made French toast for breakfast. I've never been allowed to do that. I've never been allowed to make stuff, like, in the morning for breakfast like that. You see, I'm a cook, but anyway. I get sidetracked a lot, if you can tell in these videos. Um, so, anyway. Um, I sit in first block, and then, usually I sit there. We had iPads. Sorry, the gummy apples is getting to me. But we had iPads and everything like that, and I would just go on YouTube every time in that class, and then anytime it would get boring, I would just be like, dang, I need some stimulation. Raise my hand, go to the bathroom, and hit the vape. And lucky for me, that was my last clean hit of the vape. And I'll tell you why. So, I go to the bathroom, I, do my duties, and then I hit the vape. Lucky for me, I get done with in the bathroom, and then I see this teacher walking in the hallway, and she asks, well, why are you in the hallway?" I was like, uh, "I went to the bathroom. You're not supposed to." I was like, "What do you mean?" She was just like, "Just go to class." I was like, "Okay," and then I was like, "Oh crap! Does this mean like they're searching or what's going on?" So I asked her, "What's going on?" And then she was like, "Um, they're searching." I was like, "Oh shit!" Because I had a vape on me, and I was like, I don't really want to chance it, so I had to think on the fly and think on the spot and chug my cup of water. It was like a thermos. You couldn't see in the cup. You couldn't tell if anything was in the cup unless I took the lid off. So, chug the water. All there was in there was water and ice. So, I chugged the water and took off the lid and shook it up a little bit, make sure there's no water. Had to sip every drop of water because I wanted to make sure that this vape could work again. And so I, I'd eat a few chunks of the ice, and then um, had to get the vape out of my pocket and make it travel down my leg. From I had to put it. I had to put it like below. You know how you wear pants. Of course, you wear pants, and then under your, your pants strap or whatever, there's a room in between your underwear and your pants. Yeah, there. I put the vape there, and then I made it travel down my leg into my sock, and I had it sit there in my sock while I got the cup. And sorry, I'm getting very paranoid because I am constantly hearing like this door sound, and it's making me tweak out. So anyway, so I had the vape sitting in my sock, and then I had to get the cup from off the table and quietly unscrew it so the teacher wouldn't see wouldn't be like, what's that noise? Because it was a metal cup. I mean, you would be able to hear it, but I had to. He was making that type of noise, and it was in a quiet ass room. So it's so funny to me, just looking back on it. Anyway, as I was doing my operation, I had to. Sorry for these like cuts in the audio. I'm a little zooted, and give me patience, okay? I possibly could have repeated myself in this video, so yeah, yeah, yeah. I do these voiceovers. Hi, okay, okay. Anyway, so uh, while I have this vape in my sock, I try to get some of the ice out and put the vape in there, and somehow that's still not enough. After I get it in there, I still have to take some of the ice out, and then like I just chunked it in my lunchbox or my lunch bag, whatever you want to call it, and then I finally managed to maneuver the vape into the cup and screw the lid on, and I was like, oh, okay, I got it in there. Now put it back on the desk, like nothing happened, and nobody even batted an eye. Nobody. Nobody even thought anything of it. There's someone in like asleep in front of me. There was this girl to my right that I don't know. She didn't even think anything of it. She was on her phone, and then I was like, "Yo, there's police dogs in the hallway," and she was like, "Oh, for real? I don't have anything on me, but thank you." But yeah, me and her, we was chill. She used to give me snacks and stuff because I had like a mini crush on her. I don't know what it was with me, but if a girl was nice to me, I had a crush on them. Like it was just like that. Not all of them. There were some girls that were very very hot, but then I was also like, I don't know. They're like the friend type of hot. I don't. Is that just me? Am I the only person that looks at females this way? So anyway, um so I just sit there and wait while the dogs, you know. So fast forward to us getting in the hallway. I was really tweaking at that point because I was like, "Oh shoot, what if this don't work? What if?" I was just like overthinking it, and then I was like, okay." And I had to keep my composure because I didn't want to like look like I was tweaking out, like I had something, like they had to physically search my bag or my stuff. I don't think they would look in my cup, but because what dumb idiot would put their vape in a cup? Exactly. So it turned out it worked. Like it worked. We went back in the classroom. There were some people in the other classroom, in my classroom, that got sent to the office and then came back later, like nothing happened. So I could have got away with it, maybe. But anyway, um, so I got the vape out next class, and I was in the bathroom and it ended up not working. Ended up being burnt. Someone else actually tasted it for me. And I'll make another video about that tomorrow because tomorrow's Friday, and who knows? More content for y'all. Whatever, whoever watches this bull crap. Anyway, yeah. Moral of the story: don't vape in high school. Don't vape, period, because it's like bad for you. Anyway, yeah. This video's long. Bye.